Health Education and this week's Ask Anissa video column. And as you can tell by my background, I'm still coming to you from the beautiful country of Costa Rica. It's really warm today. It is February, and I want to say the high is going to be 88, so very excited. But I'm going to shoot this film for you really quick, and then I'm going to go head to the beach for the rest of the day. So our question that came in from Raymond, and he said, "Hey, Anissa, we recently watched the video on time and material as opposed to Xactimate pricing. Very good video. And we are really wanting to take this approach. What do your TNM sheets look like? Are you able to advise us on these sheets? Thank you for your time." Okay, Raymond. Well, I'm very glad that you like that video, and I'm very glad that you're going to be doing the TNM billing. So when I say TNM billing, also, I want to say that I kind of do a hybrid of TNM and specialty bid. So it's kind of a mixture of both. So my sheets look like very detailed. So like here you'll see I've got like a critical supply sheet that I call. And this is where I track on every single job how much of each item that I use, because you have to remember that you have to track every single piece of material that you use on a job: garbage bags, Ziplocs, boxes, shrink wrap, bubble wrap, because mattress covers, right? Chair covers. Because if you're doing TNM and you don't track the material, you're missing a big part of what you're billing for, right? And then you have to make sure that you know your materials costs and that your markup is correct. Okay. So my other sheets that I have are a field activity data sheet. And there, as you can see here, I'm separating out the different tasks that are being done. I charge a flat rate for my worker, whether they're HEPA vacuuming or whether they're, cleaning a general item or whatever. But I do charge differently for my team lead, though. Some of you call that supervisor. But I want detail of what went down, because the more detail that I can give and the more thorough that my invoice is without being like writing a book is very important, because then my adjusters are going to get my bills right through. They're not going to have a bunch of questions for me. Okay. So I like to detail that out. The other thing that I will do sometimes on a job or an invoice with my billing, I will charge for like a specialty bid item. Let's say I've got a piano that I gotta have somebody come and tune and move and then bring back for me. So I'm gonna charge based upon the value of that item. Okay. So for instance, if somebody's gonna come and charge me, $1,000 to come and move a piano and tune it and then bring it back after I've cleaned it, I'm not necessarily going to pass on that $1,000 charge. It's going to depend. Is it a $20,000 baby grand? I'm not going to charge $1,000 to handle a $20,000 piece that I'm liable for. Okay. So I'm going to charge based upon liability and value. Okay. And that's just kind of how I do that. Grandma's China, for instance, I charge a minimum of $250 to touch Grandma's China, and it goes up from there. I've charged upwards of $1,000 to clean a set of china that was Grandma's China. Now, what was the value on it? It was only about $370. However, it was priceless to the homeowner, and I couldn't get replacement pieces. So if I broke a piece, I've literally just damaged Grandma's China, and I can't fix that. Okay. So I charge according to my liability as well. So the TNM sheets, you got to make sure that you have good tracking for your time, thorough detail so that you can do your bill at the end of the day when you're done with your job. And then you need a good material sheet so that you can make sure that you're not going to miss any of the pieces that you should be charging for. Okay. And then of course, if you're going to do special handle items like artwork or a piano or a grandfather clock, then you should be charging according to your liability and your risk involved. And that's going to have a lot to do with two things, right? There's monetary value, and more importantly, the bigger liability, in my opinion, is the sentimental value that you have to keep in mind. Okay? All right. There you go. And if you ever wondered what kind of billing that I like to do, there you have it. It's time and materials with some specialty bid items potentially thrown in there. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that answered your question and will help some of you out. Be sure that you are a super cool kid. Go on over to rnrmagonline.com and be sure that you are subscribed to not only the e-magazine, but to this newsletter so that you get these videos as well as lots of other awesome videos that will come out in the e-newsletter exclusively in your email inbox every Friday. Okay. All right. Well, you know the drill. Shoot me that email in the subject line, put Ask Anissa, and then send it to anissa@firehouse.education.com. And if you do that, guess what? I just might feature you on next week's Ask Anissa video column.